good evening to one and all. Welcome to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 18th of October 2023. Now, starting with the today's editorial session, can AAP be accused in Delhi excise policy case? What law says, which we have taken from the Indian Express. Then we'll be covering some news update, which will include the national news and the international news. And lastly, the legal news update of the day. Now, I really want to bring to your notice that yesterday we covered a very landmark judgment by the Honorable Supreme Court in the same-sex marriage. If you guys want to see and what was the Supreme Court verdict and what were the petitioners and the respondent argument, do watch our 17th October 2023 TNA for more updates. Now, the context of this particular editorial is that can a political party, which is Aam Aadmi Party, can be accused in Delhi excise policy case. Okay, so here can a political party can also be accused in the excise policy case is the matter. The context here is the Enforcement Directorate told the Supreme Court that it is contemplating to add Aam Aadmi Party, which is a political party, as an accused in its money laundering probe linked to the Delhi government's now scrapped excise policy. So the Enforcement Directorate informed and told Supreme Court that they are contemplating that why Aam Aadmi Party can be accused and can be a party to a case in the Delhi excise policy case. Now, the question here is how a political party can be booked for money laundering and why is the Enforcement Directorate considering charging up in the case? So the first thing is, how can a political party be booked for a money laundering? Okay, so let us talk about the law first, what money laundering states on this particular case. So Section 70 of the Stringent Prevention of Money Laundering Act deals with offenses by companies. Okay, so the provision states that where a person committing a contravention of any of the provisions of this particular act or any of the rule, direction or order made thereunder is a company. Every person who at the time of the contravention was committed was in charge and responsible to the company for the conduct of business shall be deemed to be guilty of the contravention and shall be liable to be proceeded against and punished accordingly. So what the provision says that if the person who is responsible and charged with the responsibility and the conduct of the business of the company can be made liable. Now, while one question that comes up here is, while a political party is not a company which is incorporated under Companies Act 2013, and the crucial explanation that which can bring the political party under the ambit of the Anti-Money Laundering Act is the explanation added to Section 70, which states that company means any body corporate and includes a firm or other association of individual. So the association of individual phrase can include a political party because party, according to Section 29A of the Representation of People Act, states that is a association. A political party is an association or body of individual citizen of India calling itself a political party. So I have thoroughly explained the legislative provision here. How it comes, Section 70 states about company. Section 17 explanation states about what is company, and there comes a phrase association of individual, which is explained by Section 29A of the Representation of People Act. Now, has a political party ever been booked for money laundering case in India? So if an app is like Aam Aadmi Party is directly named as an accused in the excise scam under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, it would be the first instance of a political party being accused of money laundering. However, a political party have been booked and investigated under Income Tax Act. But under Prevention of Money Laundering Act, it would be the first instance. Now, trust NGOs are already under PMLA ambit. In May, the Finance Ministry, in a notification, included trustees of an express trust also within the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Now, how are the charges being tied up to AAP? Let us discuss that. Why AAP is coming under the ambit of this particular case? So, the main allegation of ED is that AAP, the Aam Aadmi Party, was the recipient of the proceeds of crime in the excise scam. So the scam that has happened, the proceeds of the crime and the recipient of that particular money was Aam Aadmi Party. Now, a second explanation to Section 70 states that company may be prosecuted notwithstanding whether the prosecution or conviction of any legal juristic person shall be contingent on the prosecution or conviction of an individual. That means even if the cases involving Sisodia and others fall, the political party can still be prosecuted for money laundering separately, deeming it as a different individual altogether. While the Sisodia was arrested in the month of Feb, AAP's communication in charge, Mr. Vijay Nair, was arrested in September last year. And earlier this month, the party's Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Singh was also arrested. Now, what has prompted ED to, confess that the AAP as an accused? So, Additional Solicitor General Mr. S.V. Raju, who appeared from the ED, told Supreme Court that AAP might be booked for the under PMLA as to probe it additionally with respect to vicarious liability. Now, the statement was made before the bench comprising Honorable Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Honorable Justice S.V.N. Bhati was made during a hearing seeking bail for former Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Mr. Raju statement was in response to an observation by the bench in an earlier hearing that as per ED's case, the recipient of the proceeds, the crime was a political party and not Sisodia. The bench then asked why the party was not made an accused too. As far as the act is concerned, whole case is that it went to political party. That political party is still not an accused. How do you answer that? He is not the beneficiary. The political party is the beneficiary. Justice Khanna quoted. So here, how a political party can be made liable under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and this would be the first instance where the political party would be made liable. And how this particular probe is moving against an Aam Aadmi Party, that's the case all about. We'll keep you updated with the furthermore on this. Now, let us move to the national news of the day. PM inaugurates Global Maritime India Summit 2023. The third edition of this particular summit was inaugurated in Mumbai via video conferencing. During this program, the Prime Minister unveiled Amrit Kal Vision 2047, the long-term blueprint of Indian maritime blue economy. Okay, so the Prime Minister laid the foundation stone of Tuna Tekra all-weather deep draft terminal to be built at the cost of more than rupees 4,500 crores at Deen Dayal Port Authority in Gujarat. Okay, it will be a 3-day summit which will discuss and deliberate on the key issues related to maritime sector, including ports of future, decarbonization, coastal shipping, inland water transportation, shipbuilding, repair, recycling, finance, insurance, arbitration. The summit provides an excellent platform for attracting investment in country's maritime sector. So the first summit was held in Mumbai in 2016. The second Maritime was held virtually in 2021, and this is the third one. Now, chess prodigy Praggnanandhaa to collaborate with ISRO to promote science and technology. So ISRO Chairman S. Somanathan announced that chess Grandmaster R. Praggnanandhaa would collaborate with the Indian Space Research Organization to promote science and technology among young individuals. He expressed confidence in Praggnanandhaa's potential to become the world's #1 chess player, given his exceptional skills and capabilities. Magnus Carlsen, the reigning world #1 in chess, beat Grandmaster Praggnanandhaa earlier this year to claim the championship at the International Chess Federation World Cup in Azerbaijan. Okay, so he will be serving in ISRO now. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Arindam Bagchi appointed as India's permanent representative to UN in Geneva. Arindam Bagchi, the spokesperson of External Affairs Ministry, was recently appointed India's permanent representative to the United Nations and other international organizations in Geneva. Bagchi would be succeeding Indra Mani Pandey in Geneva. He is an Indian Foreign Service 1995 official, took over as a spokesperson for Ministry of External Affairs in March 2020. Bagchi earlier served as ambassador to Croatia and deputy high commissioner to Sri Lanka. He also had a stint in the Prime Minister's office as a director as well as at India's permanent mission at UN in New York. Okay. Now, government amends aircraft rules 1937, commercial pilot license to be valid for 10 years. In a bid to enhance the aviation industry, the government has extended the validity of commercial pilot license to 10 years. Earlier this year, the validity of the commercial pilot license was only 5 years and had to be renewed after a period ended. Now, what other changes are being made? The rules have been updated to tackle the concerns regarding the display of light near aerodromes. The term light now includes lantern lights, wish kites, and laser light. The government emphasized that it now possesses the authority to take action against those who display lights that disrupt the safe operation of aircraft or pose hazard at an operating crew. So the major change that has come up is the commercial pilot license now valid for 10 years. Earlier it was valid for 5 years and it needed to be renewed after the period ended. Now, former Chief Election Commissioner and Congress leader MS Gill passes away. The former Chief Election Commissioner and Padma Bhushan awardee Manohar Singh Gill died at 87 in a Delhi hospital on Sunday. He was a distinguished figure in bureaucracy and politics. Gill's journey as a civil servant, Punjab cadre in 1958. He was a retired Chief Election Commissioner, was a position which was held between 1996 to 2001. It was during his tenure as Chief Election Commissioner that Election Commission introduced EVMs, that is electronic voting machines. So it's a big achievement that Mahendra Singh Gill introduced during his tenure as a Chief Election Commissioner. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das receives award for A+ ranking. Reserve Bank of India Governor Mr. Shaktikanta Das has received an award for being ranked A+ in the Global Finance Central Bank Report Card 2023 of Morocco. Now, what this award recognizes? Those central bank governors whose strategies outperform their peers through originality, creativity, and tenacity. RBI shared the news on the official handle Twitter and the picture of RBI governing taking the award. So a big news for us. For our RBI governor has received the award. Now, Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Shri Amit Shah inaugurated Samau Shaheed Memorial and Library in Gandhinagar. Now, Shri Shah said that during the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, PM Narendra Modi started initiative to build memorials for countless unsung martyrs across the country who sacrificed their lives in the 90 years for freedom struggle. The minister said that it is a responsibility of teachers to direct students, youth and children towards this library and that teachers should work towards making children knowledgeable about the subject in which they are interested, which will provide good citizens to Gujarat and the country. So, Union Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation, Shri Amit Shah, inaugurated Samau Shaheed Memorial and Library in Gandhinagar. Bengaluru Airport is world's most punctual airport, Cirium report. Bengaluru Kempegowda International Airport has ranked as the world's most punctual airport for the past 3 consecutive months in the on-time performance monthly report published by data analytics firm Cirium. Now, Kempegowda International Airport maintained an on-time departure punctuality of 87.51% in July. The Bengaluru airport was recorded on-time arrival of 79.46%. As for cancellation, the report showed that the highest number of cancellation took place in the Asia Pacific region. So Bengaluru airport named Kempegowda International Airport world's most punctual airport. Important days की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. International Poverty Eradication Day 2023, which will be celebrated on Tuesday, October 17. The theme of this particular day is decent work and social protection, putting dignity in practice for all, which aims for universal access to decent work and social protection as a way to uphold human dignity for all. International Day for Eradication of Poverty was observed first on October 17, 1987. More than lakh people attended that day in Paris, the site of the 1948 writing of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, to pay respect to those who had perished from extreme poverty, violence, and hunger. Legal update which is coming from the Supreme Court, which in the case of Suprio versus Union of India, end discrimination against queer couples, address exclusion of same-sex partners from benefits. So Supreme Court has stated to state in the case of Suprio versus Union of India that Supreme Court refrained from granting legal recognition for same-sex marriages. It did make a strong call to the state to take steps to end the discrimination faced by queer peoples and to ensure protection of their rights to cohabitation. The court clearly observed that the discrimination faced by the queer community due to the exclusion of same-sex partners from welfare measures due to heteronormative definitions in law must be addressed by the state. It was led by the 5-judge bench. The court stated that although the bench was not unanimous on whether there is a right to civil union in the absence of statutory enactment, while CJ D.Y. Chandachud and Justice Kaul answering the issue in the affirmative and other 3 judges holding otherwise, the judges were on the same page in recognizing the right of queer persons to choose their partner and cohabit. In this particular judgment, the court has issued a slew of directions to the police and the government to ensure that the queer community is not discriminated against because of their gender identity or sexual orientation. Justice Bhatt, even while disagreeing with the CGI on certain aspects, also acknowledged the discrimination faced by queer couples, the right to cohabit and live in a relationship in the privacy of one's home is fundamental and enjoyed by all. So in this particular judgment, the court has issued various directions to the police and the government and the state officials for giving a non-discriminatory practice that should be open in the community for the queer people, but has been disagreed for granting a legal recognition for the same-sex marriages. I think that's all for the today's news update and the legal news. If you want to revise your previous TNA, do attempt the quiz that is mentioned in the today's description, and you can, if you will do on a regular basis, it will help you to revise the news on the daily basis. Okay, so thank you for watching and take care.